In this tutorial, I'm going to go through and I'm going to UV unwrap my Roman Gladius. First thing I'm going to do is I have my sword model here that I created. I'm going to go ahead and put a UVW map on it. And I'm going to take the tallest value and copy that, I should say the largest value. And I'm going to paste that into the width as well. And then just right click and say convert to edit poly. Alright, so next I'm going to go into unwrap UVW. And I'm going to open the UV editor. Alright, here we go. This is my UV editor. You can see my sword in there. I'm going to come up here to this button, shows active map in dialog, and turn that off to get rid of the checker pattern. And now I'm just going to expand this a little bit so I can see more of the buttons. First thing I was do, I'm going to click arrange elements, and I'll separate any pieces that are, it's going to basically separate the two pieces. See, as I hover over everything, it gets highlighted. I personally find that distracting, so I'm going to go options, preferences, and turn off selection preview. There we go. Okay, so first things I want to do is I want to separate the front and back of the sword. So I'm going to come over here and just hover over this edge of this viewport and drag that up so I can see more of the sword as I work. I'm going to hold Control and click and select these four. And I'm just going to come over here to my Edit UVs and click Peel. It's going to peel them apart. Then I can region select these over here and peel them as well. So there, now I have the two sides of the sword. In this case, this sword is, it is relatively flat on the side. I probably could use my stitch to stitch those two edges together. They do share an edge, so no reason not to. Alright, so that's the blade, that's the easy part. Let's come over here. Since I did project straight from the front, one thing I could do is just come in here and polygon, just region select, and I'm going to hold Alt and deselect. And what that did, you could see over in my 3D view, is it selected the bottom polygons. I'm just going to quick peel those. There we go. Let's just rotate that guy so he's straight up and down. It'll take less space. And then I'm going to click Pack Custom as I go to just kind of separate those out. Let's go ahead and grab the top of this guy. And I'm actually going to grab not just the very flat polygons on the top, but the next group down. I'm just going to peel that. Kind of flatten that guy out. And actually one thing I should do is Tools, Relax, and Relax by Polygons. Just hit Start Relax to make sure he's got the right shape. I'm going to do that same with this guy here. Relax him. Let's grab our blade. Okay, everything's looking good. I'm going to go ahead and pack again. Alright, so now I'm just left with the handle. Now, if you look at the reference back here, there is kind of a different material color, a material type. You have wood for this round handle and the handguard, but the handle itself is separate. Sometimes it's good to separate different material types, different surface properties in your UVs. So I'm just going to select this little nub here, and I'm just going to move this. Oops. I want to make sure I'm in move. I'm just going to move this out of the way. So I'm going to turn off select by element. I'm going to grab everything that makes up the handle here, and I'm just going to, under explode, click break so I can move that over to the side. Alright, so now I have my edge of my blade is over here. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to use that as this side view here for selecting my edges. I want to see what I'm doing. I'm going to make sure I turn on edged faces. There we go. Alright, so if I'm looking directly on the edge on the side, it looks like it's here. Yep. And then here in this view, I'm going to find my loop UV, which is right down here at the bottom. Click on that. Now I'll grab all those edges. And what I could do is over here under my windows, I'm going to find the peel rollout and click convert edge selection to seam. Because now I can grab all the polygons that make that up and just peel it. See, it peels those guys. And then I'll just relax that a little bit. And then we'll rotate it so it's not at an angle. There we go. Pack again. Alright, so last thing, I gotta go through and peel these remaining pieces. So let's go ahead, let's grab this edge. And we'll just grab that loop, convert that over. Same thing up here, grab that edge, grab that loop, convert that over. But I'm gonna go one step further and grab the polygons that make up just this little top nub, since that is a, if you look at the reference, that's another material type too. So I'm going to separate him from that main body, break that off, and just peel it. And then I'll relax that, kind of move that out of the way. I'm going to turn and select by element to make it easier to select the handguard, peel it, and relax it. And let's just hit arrange elements, and then I can grab the little guide up there, peel that, and relax that as well. All right, let's pack custom. All right, so now I have all my different pieces here. And if I come up, select overlap polygons, shouldn't be anything overlapping, that's good. Select inverted, doesn't look like anything's inverted. You don't always need to do that. That's something that we kind of check just to make sure that we don't have anything that we missed. All right, so now I'm actually going to do padding. I'm gonna pad these out so it kind of spaces those polygons a little bit. I got a lot of dead space, so with my select by elements on, I'm going to grab the different parts here. I'm going to move this over and I'm going to rotate it. And I'm going to select this guy and rotate him as well. Let's move that handle down. I'll move this guy over here. I'm just going to arrange these pieces. So I'm going to get the two pieces that are kind of the brass. They're sort of close together. Here's my two wood pieces. That other wood chunk. All right. So now I sort of have this group. I'm going to pull this over because we're going to bake a texture that's going to share those sides. It's not going to be a full square one, so we're going to bring it over to compensate for that. All right. So now we have a UV layout for our sword. All right. And so what you'll want to do is right-click on the model and say Convert to Editable Poly to make that change permanent. And now you have a completely UV unwrapped sword.